I'm a big TV guy, you know, I like Family Guy, The Simpsons, Succession.
You point your finger at me, I point my finger at you.
I'm also invested in that because we're in a succession of sorts.
Friends. I love Friends. If I'm on an airplane, I download some episodes, watch Friends. At home and I'm upset or I just need a good laugh, I put on Friends. It's always my go-to.
White Lotus. I've been so into White Lotus.
Whenever I stay at a White Lotus, I always have a memorable time. Always.
I'm addicted. I love Jennifer Coolidge. I love it. That's been my latest guilty obsession.
The Last of Us just got done. I was obsessed with the show because I was obsessed with the game. One of the greatest games ever. They did such a great job with the show.
Last of Us on HBO. I loved it. I really, really loved it. I was invested in it.
I never played The Last of Us, but I watched it and I was hooked. I was like, wow, this is amazing. At each and every episode, I was like bawling my eyes out. It was so good.
I just finished watching the Last of Us show, and like The Last of Us, the first game, is my favorite game of all time. I think it is funny, like a season 2 has been announced and it won't be out until 2025, something like that. Well, mate, we have to wait 10 years for game 2. You can wait a couple years for the next season, but that's been great.
You want me to start some fire? Team Abby. Oh, I'm gonna get canceled by half the world.
Latino musicians right now, Bad Bunny, Anuel, Daddy Yankee, Tokishka, and many others, they represent us, and we represent them. Tokishka is a musician I love, and I would like to meet her and probably do a collaboration with her. Tokishka, por favor. And let me just say this about Bad Bunny. He's a musician, yeah, he might be his side gig, but he is WWE now, so he's one of us.
Huge nerds, both physically and figuratively.
I'm a big fan of all the Marvel movies. I don't know if it's an obsession, but maybe a little bit. I love it. And The Mandalorian, I'm loving that. I'm a big Star Wars guy. I'm kind of a nerd for that kind of stuff. And I'm excited for the new Indiana Jones movie.
My current obsession isn't a new obsession. Viking living history. So we recreate clothes and equipment from the Viking age, and I teach and train Viking age martial arts. My wife and I spent our honeymoon in Denmark with like 1,500 Vikings fighting on the beaches in Aarhus, Denmark. I'm a huge Viking nerd.
I just got back into painting my 40K miniatures, things I do when I'm home.
Also, I love the Peacock documentaries. There was one that I watched on Casey Anthony. That was really interesting.
Have you heard of Rick Rubin's book that he came out with, The Creative Act? Amazing. Highly recommend.
I watched the baseball game.
Oh, there you go.
So actually my grandfather was baseball player in Japan. I just respect them because we are like a sportsmanship, you know what I mean?
I love golf, right? On Peacock, they have a show called The Big Break, basically a golfing show that people get eliminated.
I'm here to win. Ready to compete.
Let's see if someone can beat me.
It's got like 14 or 18 seasons.
That is a big number.
And I've been watching since season 1 all the way through so far.
Sopranos. I know I'm way behind in the game, I know.
Don't let anyone ever make you feel like you don't have any options, because you got friends.
Right now, during season 3, I know it's old, but man, what a show.
You know what I've done recently, and a lot of your viewers probably might not have any idea what I'm talking about, but I've gone back in time and I've started watching The Rockford Files. Back from episode 1, and I'm halfway through season 4 now. Don't ask me why. I just think Jim Garner was really cool, and The Rockford Files. That's what I've been watching.
I'm an old school guy. I don't like to watch too much new stuff. Recently I watched the best movie of all time, my favorite movie, Mighty Ducks 2. Hands down the best movie of all time.
Are you ready to fly?
Yeah! Mighty Ducks is fantastic, so I watched that again recently.
I've become kind of obsessed with old, more unknown horror movies that maybe haven't hit the mainstream or didn't hit the mainstream as much. So I've been doing a lot of that lately. I watched one called Hide and Grow Shriek the other night, which was awesome.
Close your eyes, count to 10, and run for your life.
It gets me through, man. It helps on the road.